Good evening to service listeners.
Good evening to you. Nene, we are seeking tonight to ask your view on everything that happened since Wednesday. It was an...
Hello, sir. Just 1 second, let me cut off this call.
This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM, speaking to Nene Sogbojo. He's a retired senior officer of the Ghana Air Force.
Hello?
Yes, Nene,
can you hear me? Very faint.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
It's better. Great. We are. It's 8 days since that tragic incident that we saw. In some situations, people say they are very ready for tragedies, and they usually have simulation exercises.
They are ready for what?
For tragedies when they strike.
Yes.
Did we, as a nation, look prepared, based on everything we have seen over the past 8 days, for a tragedy of the kind we witnessed in Obuasi?
Well, first of all, let me ask, is it the first time that an Air Force plane or an airplane has gone down in Ghana?
To the best of my knowledge,
certainly
no.
Not. I'm saying, is this the first time that the Air Force has gone to this kind of situation with a lost airplane, crash and death? It is not the first time. So there are procedures for the Air Force to follow to get to the bottom. The aircraft flew going to Obuasi. It got lost at a certain time. We managed to see the crash scene. And then you've been told that it took the crash or the ground forces almost about 2 to 3 hours to get to the site. That's not anyone can do. You can't go and drop troopers on forest or drop food. We knew the plane had crashed. And from the height and coming down, I'm opinion that maybe the passengers also died before they even hit the ground. But is it because they have VVIPs on the plane? The Air Force have been flying from time immemorial, all government flights. So why is this you and cry about this very one? Investigation has started. And you've been told that the black box, because both pilots died. Therefore, no one from outside the aircraft can tell us what really happened. The plane was flying at a height. Why did it drop to hit a summit or hit a tree? The pilot was not sent to go and do a tree-top flight. We have separation rules, at least 1,000 from the tallest object. But the question is, how did it get down to get into this situation? The only thing which can tell us is the black box, which monitors all the parameters of the flight from start to the destination or the point where maybe crashed. And they are standard for all practices. You take the black box to the manufacturer. We don't have the equipment to open it. It is not like a book zipped in a bag that when you open, you start reading. It goes back to the manufacturer who can open it and then decode the messages inside the black box for the information of the operator. So it's not something which is been found, then it will open overnight. You can't do it. It's made of titanium metal. So it has to go back to the manufacturer, and I believe that's exactly what the minister said. It will go there and they will open and then they will decode what is inside. I think the only thing I can say to Ghanaians, let them be patient and let the results come up. Because even in the United States recently, a helicopter and an airliner crash, killing 78 people. It took them almost about 2 minutes for them to become public. This is why they have all the gadgets. Air Indian crash in India. Boeing was asking for the black box. Then said, no, come and do it here. So either the Chinese team open it here or we sell it to them. And I think they took the best option. Let's just take the box there and open it and tell us what happened. Whatever anybody saw the helicopter doing outside, it was not the cause of the crash. I hope you understand me.
I understand you, which means that we may, even though we have a lot of questions, the answers will take time to come and we have to be patient, like you said.
What questions do you have? A plane is flying and they come down all the time. This one had crashed. What questions are you going to ask? The black box will tell you. What external question are you going to pose? To who? To a pilot or to a person who are ordered?
Okay.
How do you understand me?
I understand you, but you have mentioned that this is not the first time
yes, I mean, the clear and cry about the crash is one thing.
Okay.
I really sympathize with people who died, the past, and then the caliber of people. But I'm saying that it is not the first time the Air Force has gone through a crash situation. So they don't know what to do.
And so that's actually the reason people are asking the questions they are asking. So
yeah, but airplane crash, it took off from Accra. Listen for a minute. It's flying to Obuasi. He knows the time, last time, how many minutes to get there. Then contact is lost. Who is going to leave Accra to go there? You have to contact the ground troops, and the nearest one is 4th Battalion in Kumasi. You have to go by road. They went by road, and so when they got close to the place, it took them 1.5 to 2 hours to cut through the forest to get to the scene. Before that, what can anybody else do? You see, we had to a bit, I don't know how to say, but it looks like the comments coming from people are not reality, not possible. If the possibility of sending another helicopter, it might go over and spot the spot. Then after that, what? You need people to go to the ground and secure it. Now, in the villages we have, there are a lot of villages in the forest areas. I don't think Ghana government has the laxity to position soldiers and police all over all the villages for them to take action when something happens. It's a nearby village, and before the rescue team got there, they had gone there and tampered with it. That's all. This is the reality of the issue.
So another helicopter to go there quickly would be a wrong option. How about drones?
What is it going to do?
What about
what is the other helicopter? What is it going to do? You can't land on trees. If there was a landing space, I'm sure this pilot would have gone to land. If there's no nearby school or school park or something, where is the what is it going to do? It spots the aircraft in the forest down there. It can't lower troops there. It can't lower paratroopers there. What is it going to do? If these crashes are happening on a savannah, or let's say Accra Plains, where there are no trees, they would have got in there faster than anybody else. But in a heavy forested area, what are they going to do? You need ground troops to get there. And they have come out and said it took them such a time to get to the ground. If the villagers close by the crash site, they will get there. Who is going to ask them to stay off? We should look at all these things.
When 9/11 happened, a lot of commendations were given to the so-called first responders and those who came subsequently.
9/11.
Yes.
I've been very close, stayed in Marriott, just 2 blocks away from it. It happened in the city.
Yes. So I'm building.
They didn't lower. Yeah.
So
wait a minute. I'm telling the story. It didn't happen in the bush. It happened in the city. So the emergency teams were able to get there very fast. It didn't land in Arizona forest somewhere in the city of New York.
Yes. So the question.
Are you understanding me?
I understand
yes.
you. So the question is, did our first responders do a good job?
What do you mean by a good job? I'm telling you, the first people to get there had to come from Kumasi. Because you can't drop troopers on forest to go and rescue anybody. So when you have said they do a good job, what else could they have done? We should rather congratulate them. They got to the site and took 2 hours to help the villagers to cut through the forest to go to the scene. So a good job, I don't know how to answer it. What else could they have done?
Okay. Let's talk about the mode of transportation of the persons who died as a result of the crash. That again has been a subject of talk.
I am telling you that since the inception of Ghana Air Force 1959, it has been doing all VIP flights for the country. This is not the first time. It's been doing all VIP flights either by helicopter or by fixed wings. The president has been flying a jet. Who minds? It's not the Air Force. So I don't know. I think too many masters in the scene. I'm sorry to say that to you. You know, it's not the first time. Air Force came in 1959. They flew Kwame Nkrumah, they flew Moses, everybody. VIP flies are meant for the country's Air Force to do it. So they just didn't get up and say, take helicopter and go into war. I hope you're with me.
I'm with you, sir. The issue about how they were conveyed, the issue of the
how were they that's a different matter.
Yes, so the armed forces...
let me ask you a question. In that village, they crashed, and I can bet you that I think all of them died before the plane burst into flames. Through impact. Okay? Or in a comatose situation where they couldn't walk away. The villagers saw this thing. Who was to direct the villagers what to do? Who was going to tell them, don't do this, do that? Who was going to tell them? Those who got there 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Are we saying that we should educate all the villages and country how to man or handle themselves in a similar situation? To them, you couldn't leave the bodies lying there. Either they cut trees and put on them leaves and let them there until the rescue team came. Or let us just take them away. They don't understand medicine and all kinds of things you're talking about. So who was going to conduct that mission?
So the issue of the cocoa sacks being a problem is not an issue at all?
It's not. I'm telling you that they put them there. No one told them to put them. So were you expecting the bodies to have there in the villages? You just come branches and cover them. Would that be suitable? That contaminated more things. You need people on the ground to do what should have been the best thing. But this plane went in a forest near a small village. There was no one who was coordinating with them, do this or do that. Those who could do it got there after 2 hours. So what could have been done? It's a peculiar situation.
Because this is not the first time we are seeing a crash, are there lessons we should have learned in the past that we could deploy this time
every
around?
aircraft incident, every car crash is unique on its own. Each one depends how it happened and a lesson to be learned. You can't transfer A to B or C. Let us be patient and get to know the cause of the crash. Because no pilot will take off and say, I'm going to die, commit suicide. They're going to run into a tree or mountain. No pilot will do it. First or second point, no pilot will take an airplane down when the serviceability of the aircraft is not okay, because he doesn't want to go and die. All what we are speculating, let us wait for the black box.
What about those who are questioning the expertise?
Who are those? Who are those? Now, who are those? Educate them. Who are those who are questioning?
Let me land with a question. So we saw 2 days ago a helicopter landed at Nkoko, and then for a few minutes later, the pilot took off again.
That landing was not commanded to land. The pilot took his decision. Yes. And there were several instances
so that's why people are now questioning.
Listen to me.
Okay.
It depends on the pilot. Decision he will take. Okay? If he thinks that the weather was not working, I've said this pilot, he's a master green. He can fly in the night, everything. If to him, he could go, we can't question him. The pilot who landed in Koko landed because he wanted the weather to pass and take off. It's happened to helicopters several times. It is not new. The people who are questioning what, I don't know. You go, is that all?
Last question, sir.
Yeah.
Beyond the black box, is there a need for a committee here to do some kind of investigation? Should there be...
Immediately an Air Force plane goes down, you push the button for search and rescue. Immediately, board of inquiry is instituted. And I'm saying this is not the first time Air Force has lost a plane. We had the protocols and procedures. It won't be different from any other accident. It's activated. This time, this thing happened around Obuasi. The best thing the search and rescue is to contact 4 Battalion Command to get there. Because you can't land people by helicopter there. You can't drop anybody there. So the only people who can give assessment are the ground troops. And all these things were done. Assuming that the plane landed near Adan or near Tamale. It's grassland. They would have gotten there. But it landed in forest.
What should be the...
I hope you're understanding me.
I understand you. So what should be the nature of investigation? What should be the key things?
Let me just say, this is the first time an Air Force plane is going down. Are we saying that there's a couple of them we lost? There wasn't procedure to find out what happened? what is peculiar about this particular accident? If some accidents happen and board of inquiries are instituted to find out the cause, but in this case, both pilots have died. Who is going to tell you what really happened?
It sounds like a lost cause.
It's not a lost cause. Let's wait for the black box to tell us what was the problem. At the time I started flying, we didn't have black boxes. We had air crashes. But this time, most of aircraft have black boxes. Let us be patient to wait for what the black box is going to tell us. But everything you do in the aircraft is recorded in a black box.
So that's for what happened in the aircraft. What about outside? Should we go interview the eyewitnesses?
If you go to interview people, were they in the cockpit? You don't know what was happening in the aircraft.
Would they telling us what they saw in the air help in any way?
What you saw doesn't tell you what was happening in the airplane. What you saw with your eye doesn't tell you what is happening to the engines, happening in the instruments, except those who are inside the cockpit.
And so our last hope is the black box, and we wait for answers from that.
Thank you. I arrived at the decision. The black box. Let us be patient.
Thank you so much. And based on your knowledge, how long would it take, though, before we get these answers?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Let the manufacturers tell us when they received it, and when they have done, they will let the operator do it. I have no idea. It depends on nature of it. I have no idea.
Nene Mochumka.
Why are people so curious to know what happened so intently? I'm talking about what about the other crashes you've had? Were they that so about it? Give dog a chance. Let the black box tell us what happened, because nobody survived in the aircraft. It's not what you see by your naked eyes who tell you what is happening to the pilot or co-pilot.
Nene Mochum.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm not being rude, but I think the pressure is too much on the government and the Air Force. Let us, this incident takes natural course and come out and tell the public if they decide to do so, because information even for the black box is not meant for public. Let the government decide whether they want to make it known. What happened to the airplane? It happens in every country. Ghana is not peculiar.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
So patience will get there.
Very well.
All right. Thank you.
That's Nene Patrick Nelson Sogbojo. He's a retired senior officer of the Ghana Air Force. This is Eyewitness News on 97.